Apart from the product, the niche and the marketing budget that you have, the structure, the legal structure of your business plays a vital role in your entire business. In this video, you're going to learn how do you properly structure your company as a global brand owner. I'm not teaching out of books, but I'm teaching out of my own experience. Presently, I have my sole proprietorship, but I wanted to upgrade it to private limited company due to the reason I have multiple transactions and I cannot hold the sole proprietorship anymore. I have to upgrade it to private limited company. And you might be thinking it is simple, right? Just upgrade it, but it is not possible. Government sees these two as a separate entity. I cannot bring all my old transactions with the bank or my old records to the new company which I wanted to build. It is not possible. I have to restructure. I have to build a new brand. I have to build a new company from the scratch. Let me show you the real disadvantages as a sole proprietorship I'm facing so that you do not have to repeat them. Let me share my screen. First one is the bank. Banks fully does not trust you. As an individual, getting a proper business loan or a proper business card is not easy. Even though if they assign you a business card, it will be again linked to your PAN card. And also the business banking tools, all these things cannot be granted to you as a sole proprietorship because banks completely do not trust you as a sole proprietorship. They wanted to see as a company like a private limited company. And the second one is the expansion. You cannot expand to any international destination, especially in USA. You cannot take a bank account on top of your sole proprietorship. And the next one is the directors. You cannot add partners into your company. You cannot raise funds when you're adding your investors. That means generally what happens when you wanted to expand your business, you invite partners, you invite investors into your company so that the business expand. But as a sole proprietorship, the structure itself does not allow to do this. And the next one is the risk. This is very important. As a sole proprietorship, you are the legal person altogether. If something happens, let's say a dispute or a debt or a claim from the company, it is a complete risk on yourself altogether. It is an infinite risk on yourself. And very important point is that this risk can affect your family also. So this is very important as a sole proprietorship. When you're opening a new company, make sure that what is the risk level that you are in. And the next one is the time. I have built a credibility and I have invested my time building a trust with my bankers. Now I have to redo all those things. If you wanted to go for a private limited company or a other company, they see you as a separate entity altogether. Now I have to build the entire the track record from the scratch. Now I have to build all the registrations. I have to take the IEC. I have to register my PAN. All those things I have to redo it. And the next one is the waste of time, waste of money. That is, of course, it involves limited amount, some amount of money that I have to that I have invested on my sole proprietorship because it is lean structure format. But again, I have to reinvest. That means I'm doing the same thing twice, which is again waste of money. Here is a brutal truth. Most sellers in India start selling on Amazon as a sole proprietorship, makes little money, and then they hit a wall. They cannot expand to USA, they cannot protect their brand, they stuck making 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs a month, then they don't understand why. In this video, I'm going to give you the exact blueprint and how you can expand your business as a sole proprietorship to private limited company and then to a US subsidiary, and how you can set up your manufacturing unit here in India and also in the USA so that your business has roots that no one can shake. This is a real structure. This is a real structure of made in India for the global brands. Let's build it. Before we go deep dive, let me be clear who this video is for. If you are one of these four people that we are going to discuss, watch this video till the end. Brand new seller. If you are a brand new seller who have not sold anything, then this video will help you to start in a right way. And the next one is the existing seller. If you are an existing seller, you're already selling, but you started as a sole proprietorship and got stuck, this is your upgrade path. And the next one is the working professional. You are already having a job, you are already earning, and you have savings that you wanted to invest in the new venture and a new business. Then this video will help you to start your business structure in a legal way. And the last one is a manufacturer or exporter. That means you already making product, already shipping the products to international destination. Then this video will help you how you can brand your product and sell to the world. Whoever you are, my promise is that by the end of this video, you will know exactly which company to choose in what order and why without any confusion. Quick favor, pause this video for 2 seconds and comment below which one of these four are you. 1, 2, 3 or 4. It will help me to make better videos for you. First, let's understand why this is even matter. Many people skip this part and pay the price later. Think of it your business as a building. You're building a business on top of your entity, and entity is your foundation of your business. Now if the foundation is strong, you are building walls on top of it. Now these walls can be your product, your brand, and your ads. What if the foundation is weak and you start growing and the foundation get cracks? This is the issue. A weak foundation means three things can go wrong. All right, the first one is a liability. If something goes wrong, the customer's use or your partner's dispute or a debt, your personal house, your personal assets, and the family risk, it's all online. A right structure puts a wall between the business and your personal life. Two is credibility. Banks, payment gateways, Amazon itself, and your international supplier treats companies which are registered differently. Doors will open which were closed before. Third one is scalability. You cannot raise money, you cannot add partners into the company, and you cannot clean establish your US subsidiary on top of your messy individual account. Structure itself is the growing strategy for your business. So the foundation is everything. Now let's look at what are the options that you have to establish, set up your actual foundation. In India, when you start a business, you have few legal structures that are available. Let me walk you through each and every one in simple language. First one is the sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship is nothing but a single man company. You and the business are legally the same person. To start, basically, you need a GST certificate and a current bank account on your business name. That is simple, easy, and fast to set up. There is almost no paperwork at all. The good thing is it is easy to set up and you can start sell on Amazon at low cost with low compliance at all. The issue is that there is no separation between you and the legal entity. That means you are unlimited liability that you have. You're liable for everything. That means if your company owes money, then you owes money. And the one major issue is that if you wanted to expand internationally, you cannot take US subsidiary company, you cannot establish US subsidiary company on top of your sole proprietorship. Second one is the partnership firm. This is same as sole proprietorship, but here you can have two to more people sharing the ownership, responsibility, and the profits. It is based on their partnership deed. Now this is good for friends, like two friends or a family who wanted to do business together. But the problem is again you have unlimited liability. That means the liability is shared between two partners. In fact, we are increasing the liability here between when you are sharing with the two partners. Now the third one is the LLP, limited liability partnership. Now it is interesting. Why? Because we are taking the partnership idea and adding shield on top of it. That means these two partners get the liability. That means they are limited liable. There is a line between the partners and the company. The LLP is considered as a separate person altogether. It is good for professional consultants who provide services. It is lean and easy to set up, but it is not it does not have compliance like full company. The catch here is for a product e-commerce business or a global expansion business, inviting shareholders into the company is not easy. It is very hard. When compared to private limited company, it is very easy to invite your investors, and you can also expand to US subsidiary when you have private limited company. So these are the limitations of LLP. It has the partnership and the shield, but it has a limitation for the global expansion. Route is easy, but it is not for us. Fourth one is the OPC or one-person company. This is special Indian structure. Think of it like a private limited company but with one person. Here you get separate legal entity and limited liability protection with one person. There is no need of additional partners required. With one person you can establish. This is good for solo entrepreneurs or solo founders who want protection and credibility. But here is a catch. There are restrictions for this OPC. OPC has ceiling of turnover and capital. Once you reach that ceiling, you are required to convert it to private limited company anyway. This is the reason investors are not intend to invest, or you cannot invite additional investors. This is good for stepping stone, but it is not our complete fully structured entity that we opt for. Fifth one is the private limited company. This is what I recommend. This is the king of all legal structures. This private limited company is fully protected. You can have two members in your company and you are completely protected with a legal entity, and it has highest credibility. And more importantly, this is the cleanest base that we wanted to do everything that we want. We wanted to invite investors, we wanted to raise money, we wanted to expand to USA with a US subsidiary. With this private limited company, it is easy that we can do all these things. And more importantly, the catch is that it has more compliance and more audits on more annual returns that we do on an annual basis. But company that aim to make $1 million of business, this audit or this compliance or should not be burdened. This means that you are playing a real game. So these are the options that you have. Now the question is which one you should choose. It all depends on your needs. What is your business need? What is your financial needs? What is that you wanted to achieve from this business? It's all up to you. Now I have three different routes that I can recommend based on my personal experience. The first one is route here. This is lean and simple way. You can set up your sole proprietorship with your GST and current account, and you can register on Amazon platform and start selling and see how the results are, how many sales that you can sell with that product. If you like the system, if you like, if your goals are able to reach and you think that you wanted to expand, of course you can create a separate entity with the present experience. And the next route is the route B. This is for the serious entrepreneurs, but they don't want to invite many people into their business. In fact, they wanted to test, but they wanted to set up in a right structure. They can opt for a single person company, that is one person company, that is OPT. This structure will enhance them in the future, that they can expand, they can create a private limited company in a full company structure. This one is also like a test and trial kind of route, but it's all up to you. If you wanted to establish a serious company, then you should go to a private limited company wherein you can expand to marketplaces like US, UK. You can sell there, you can set up your subsidiary companies there. This parent company and this your private limited company here in India will be a parent company, and the companies in abroad will have the subsidiary company on its own. With this structure, these companies will have their own accounting system, will have their own taxation. With this, your entire structure, entire global business will be in a right stand. It is all up to you which one you wanted to opt in. For me, private limited company is best. This is what I'm taking it right now with my brands. Now let me know which route is best for you. Put your comments in the comment section. Let me connect all this into one clear journey. This path is from zero to $1 million made in India global brands. Now let me take you to these four stages so that you can understand, you can clearly get the picture how I have built my, the entire business. Initially I started with this sole proprietorship. You can start as lean and start selling the products on Amazon platform with a simple launch. You can have your sole proprietorship and ship your goods to Amazon platform and start selling. Then you can see, you can get the products from India, made in Indian products like beauty products or herbal products or textiles or anything that you can find. Start selling on Amazon as a sole proprietor and see how the results are coming, and then you upgrade it to private limited company. This is a real business that any entrepreneurs will know, that if you are generating revenue, then if you have goals for 2 to 3 or 5 years of goal, then you know when to establish your private limited company. Now once you establish your private limited company, that becomes your parent company. And then once after 1 year or 2 years, when you have proven results of your revenue and your goals, then you can expand to your international destinations like USA, wherein you can set up your subsidiary companies in Delaware, Wyoming. These states are welcoming for foreign investors to invest there. You can have your LLC or C corp. You can have your clear structure with those businesses. You can have clear accounting system. Each company will complement other companies. This is very important. Many people don't discuss about all these things, but the fourth one is the stage where you build your fortress on two pillars. So the one pillar is in India, another pillar is in USA. Let's say you are sending your goods from India to USA. It will take around 90 days from idea to the first sale. Let's say if your manufacturer is taking 30 days to manufacture goods when you order, and your shipping company takes the goods from Indian port to the US port, it will take around 60 days. Overall, this 90 days is your lost sales days. You're not doing anything, you're not selling anything. What if you can manage this production cycle? If you manufacture here in India and you can store your goods near to your suppliers that in the USA, you can manufacture entire you not to manufacture entire product in one location. You can opt for selecting, you can pick and pack in the USA, but you produce the real product in India. That Indian made product is labeled in the USA and then directly selling it to the customer. This is the stage. These are the four different stages which I have gone through, and I'm teaching you the same. You can start with lean, simple setup as a sole proprietorship, and you can slowly expand it to private limited company and then to US subsidiary, and then to have your strong footprints in those two countries as a manufacturer. Then you can, then your globe is your limit. You can expand it to any destination from there. Now if you think that you can expand it to international brand, and you have a vision to have your company in the USA, American footprint is very important. You will have your Indian company as your parent company, but you will have American company as your storefront for the customers in the America and to the world. People, the banking system in America is very strong. If you have banking system in USA, your payments to the supplier, your payments to to any international destination will be easy. USD, the dollar is very crucial currency in present world. Anyone can accept that dollar. You can hold your money there in dollar form. Whenever you want that USD to convert into your INR, you can do that. You can have your credit line with these two company in India and in the USA. Whenever you want, you can easily transfer funds from these two companies, and whenever you wanted to make payment, you can easily do. This is a strong banking system that you can have between these two countries. And more importantly, when you have storefront in USA, anyone, like your suppliers, in the future suppliers, they will trust you. They will place more orders with you when you have storefront in the USA. I'm not talking about the physical storefront, that at least that you should have the footprints, that you should provide access to your US consumers or the customers or your direct suppliers when you go to B2, when you have planned to go to B2B. And second one is, and the third one is that taxation. This should be clear from the day one. Whenever you are moving funds from two different countries, your taxation, your accounting system should be clear. You should never skip your taxes. You should file your taxes. I'm not a tax consultant to give you the advice. Even all the legal entity information that I'm providing you, it is up to you. I'm not taking any legal responsibility, but since I'm not a lawyer, it is up to you which entity that suits for you and which route is best for you. I'm just giving you out of my experience. Now, this is a proud situation for any Indian to have their international footprint, especially in the USA. Now let's discuss about a few things about how do you establish this. Now you should have a dual country operations. One country is manufacturing your goods, especially made in India. We proud our goods are very quality. Of course, China also produce quality goods. It's not like China don't produce quality goods, but Indian goods are special. Indian goods has that authenticity, that human touch, and the beauty of producing goods with hands. So we have artists, we have culture. All these goods are well known in the US market, especially. So you should have your roots, manufacturing roots here in India, so that you can control the inventory movement from A to B. Now you should also can have the storefront for US customers. You can have, of course, if you have Amazon storefront, Amazon FBA business, that means you have a storefront to American consumers. So this is very important. This is the second stage, and the next one is the stock survival. Now when you have two different countries managing your stock, USA can store your goods, India can manufacture your goods. Both countries will have ready in stock. One country is pumping the goods, another country is supplying the goods to American consumers. This will help you to manage the stock survival criteria. You will not go out of stock. Always you will have stock in hand. Now I wanted to discuss on protection. Of course, you have a legal entities and your protection from your own money and own liability. You can have a limited liability with these entities, but it's the business that also need protection. Like if you do not have a trademark, anyone can use trademark um, on your listing and they can start selling. You should get your trademark from the day one. Apply for trademark here in India. You can use the same trademark in the USA. Amazon USA brand portal can register your brand. Still, you will still have that protection of your brand. And if you have copyright with your design, you can get the copyright done from the day one, and you still those copyright protection you can apply on Amazon platform whenever any of your competitors are copying your design or artwork. And if you are an inventor, you can have patents. You can get the patent done. And I'm not expert in patents, but I know the patents works very well. You can have specific design or specific art or anything that you have invented, you can sell on Amazon platform. Amazon is very strict in protecting your intellectual property. And the next one is the brand identity. This you can build. You do not need any permission from legal Indian governments, like trademark, copyright, and patents required. The approval from government, once you apply, they will give you the permission to use it as a trademark and copyright as a patent. But whereas a brand identity you can establish from the day one. You can protect your brand. You can protect your product with your unique identity of your logo or your color that you are uniquely using on your packaging. So these are the four different types of protection that you can do from the day one. Now, here is a comparative breakdown of different entities comparing with the liability and what is the best suitable for global business and what is the final verdict that we give for each entity. Now, let's take the sole proprietorship. Now, the sole proprietorship has unlimited liability. It is very risky. And who is this for? This is for sellers who are just starting, who want to test and do not stay here. You should immediately migrate it to the next entity, next best entity that suits for you. And for the global expansion, this is very poor. Of course, you can sell on global markets, but it is not good for expansion, as we have already discussed. Now, partnership. In the partnership, you have limited liability, but it is shared between two partners or multiple partners. It is a low cost effort like the sole proprietorship, but you can have multiple founders in the business. It is a poorly, I rate it as a poor for the business to expand, because it is similar to a sole proprietorship, but you have shares divided between multiple partners. And I just wanted to avoid this. Instead of establishing a partnership firm, you should go for sole proprietorship and then directly jump to the private limited company. Now, the private limited company is the best when compared to the liability. If you see, the liability is fully shaded, it is completely limited, it is not unlimited. You are protected from your own assets. Your company will have its own PAN card or etc. And accounting etc. You will have their own filings separately. That means you are completely protected from your own assets. This is for the buyers. This is for sellers who are very serious in expanding into international, brands, building international brands. And this is very excellent for global expansion. This is a real foundation for the future. Now, this is the basic comparison of all these three different entities that we have. Now, let me ask you one thing before I close this video. I want you to put in your comments that what is your current status, what is the entity that you already have, or what is the entity that you wanted to establish to start your Amazon FBA business. And if you like such content, please subscribe to this channel, and keep coming to this channel. Again, I'll be posting more content like this. I'll see you in the next video.